Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to the Shapeshifting Detective. In the last episode, we were visiting people as Violet. Now, it has been a couple of, I was going to say a couple of weeks. No, it's been about a week since I last played this, so I actually can't remember who I've seen. So you know what, we're just going to go through everyone quickly, because I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Glass windows that span
Okay, no one here.
white, the
Oscar?
lights of the city. The room gave the impression
We were
of
with
fish
Zak,
tanks,
so...
with twilight blue through the long windows,
Yep, they were busy.
as if suspended in currents of unseen water. Not just undulations of hair morphing. The robes were fish scales, briefly.
Okay, good stuff. That didn't take me too long. You know, I'd rather be safe than sorry. We were Chief DuPont. I did check that, so we are now on to Rain.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain. Okay.
Again, I don't think there are going to be too many people, because, you know, Bronwyn and Lexia, you know, we can't go to them until about, I think they said 8? I think?
Altering its form like camouflage.
You have a lovely guest house.
Oh, okay.
It is quaint, isn't it? It's all my parents had when they died. We are literally sitting in my inheritance.
How did your parents die?
Oh, that is... On one hand, that could be a bit dodgy. You know, Rain is a perfect stranger to Violet. And, you know, it is a very prying question. However, she didn't seem to be... How do I put this? It wasn't that she didn't seem sad. She seemed wistful. Like, I'm not saying she sounded gleeful, like, oh, when my parents died, ha ha ha. Like, she wasn't like that at all. But she didn't, you know, like, it's all my parents had when they died. Excuse me a minute. Oh, we're literally sitting in my inheritance. Like, she didn't say it like that. She seemed very neutral, so Oh, there's a pretty good chance I think that she wouldn't mind, but would she tell an absolute stranger? And that's what Rain is. Then again, Rain is a man, and Violet has been very pleasant with Sam when Sam has been, you know, shapeshifted into a guy, so... Fuck it, we'll risk it.
Father died first. Heart attack. They found him in the freezer when Mother died. She had a pulmonary embolism. I didn't really talk to them much.
Freezer?
Yeah, what?
Yes, she kept him in the chest freezer because she didn't want to be alone. Stored him perfectly. Still use it today.
Okay, let me just take a minute to unpack that. One, both her parents died of heart problems. I've got to be honest, I'm not the most medically savvy person. However, a pulmonary... Oh, wait a minute. That's either the heart or the brain. Fuck it, we're gonna Google it, because why not? Oh god, I hope I don't see anything gross. I'm very squeamish. I'm an extremely squeamish person. I feel like a pulmonary embolism, it either has to be the heart or the brain, excuse me. Put it right there. Lungs! I was not right in the slightest. Okay, a pulmonary embolism is when a blood vessel in your lungs is blocked by a blood clot. Getting treatment quickly can save your life. Oof. Difficulty breathing and coughing up blood. Ugh, I'm gonna go off that before I see something disgusting. Okay, her father died of a heart attack. Her mother had a blood clot in her lungs. And she was storing him in the freezer. On one hand, that is weird, but grief can do funny things to people. You know, grief... like, oh, I don't want to tell anyone that my husband's died because then they'd take him away from me, so I'm gonna just store him in the freezer until I go, and then we'll be together again. Like, that's... There are worse things she could have done with him other than storing him in the freezer. There are way, way worse things. However, the fact that Violet still has the freezer and she's still using it to this day, that's weird. That's weird. I'd get rid of that. Or I'd put it in storage. If I was really attached to it, like this was my father's coffin for a little while, I'd put it in storage, but I wouldn't use it. Oh, that is... We're just gonna go. That's disturbing.
The people I spoke with, and they looked into mine. And the worm...
Again, I just want to check.
Seemingly impatient. And maybe the people...
Yep, nothing with Bronwyn or Lexi.
Something was wrong. Just behind my eyes. But they didn't comprehend the truth. The egg lady was getting hungry. Spare some change?
Rain! I'm surprised to see you here. I take it you know about Dorota already. All that stuff we talked about yesterday, that's strictly between you and me.
What stuff?
Yes, I remember. Rain said he did a reading for Zak. And, oh god, what was it? Zak had been telling him, oh, I'm gonna go see a girl at 8. Her parents are at the cinema and she's in the house alone. And that matches up with what Dorota's parents were doing. Ooh. I've got my eye on Zak. Don't get me wrong, I've got my eye on him. Just like I've got my eye on Violet and Rain and Lexi. How do I put this? My thought is, this guy is clearly creepy as fuck, to put it bluntly. This guy is clearly very creepy. That doesn't necessarily make him a murderer. It doesn't prevent him from being a murderer either, but I don't want to suspect this guy purely because I dislike him and he has no alibi. Because that's what the chief is doing, and I don't think the chief is behaving very well. He's suspecting the tarot readers because they don't have alibis and he doesn't like them, and I don't want to be a hypocrite saying, oh, how could you do that? Fuck you, Zak. Do you get what I'm saying? Oh, what stuff? Sir, what were you talking to Rain about?
That's the spirit. Now, I think it's best if we don't get caught speaking to each other. Overcautious, I'm sure, but I think it's for the best nonetheless. Maybe we can get together for a lad's night out after this is all blown over. Eh?
Okay.
Why are you acting like this guy is your best friend? You met him yesterday. Rain and the tarot readers don't know anyone in this town. They met for the first time yesterday, and he's acting like it's his best friend that he hasn't seen for years. This could be his best friend who he hasn't seen for years. We don't know who Rain is. We don't know his past. He's probably been in prison, but aside from that, we don't really know much about him. Oh. Rain seemed kind of put off by Zak. That's the feeling I got. He didn't necessarily say, oh, I think Zak is the murderer, but he seemed concerned, oh, I met this guy and he told me he was going to go visit someone and I didn't think about it until now. Rain didn't seem particularly pally-pally when he was telling Sam about Zak. I feel like we'll get more out of this guy if we play along. If he thinks he's safe, I think he's more likely to maybe boast or, you know, say, oh, I did this, like...
No thanks.
I think if we say no thanks, he'll get offended, whereas if we go along, you know, we might be able to lull him into a false sense of security.
Okay.
Great. Well, I'll see you soon.
Don't kick me out.
Maybe what's
Goddamn!
You try it. Okay, so I'm just
Boo!
going to imagine someone
How
else.
dare!
And she's gone.
And okay, we're Zak now. Oh God, now we get to be the creep. Oh, yay! I think.
I'm Zak Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Sam, no. Even Sam is like, oh, I can feel the perviness coursing through me. Yeah. I have all this confidence now. No, Sam. No, Sam, don't do it.
Feels heavy again. And I think...
Zak! What are you doing here? Quick, don't let anyone see you.
Why don't you want anyone to see me?
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. If you recall, when Sam asked Violet about Zak, we said, oh, Zak told us you were in a relationship. And Violet was like, oh, is that what he calls it? Well, I'm not sure what we have, but I don't know how much longer we're going to have it. And she was very upset. She seemed very aggressive. And not towards Sam, but I think more so about the situation. Like, this relationship she's in isn't going the way she wanted it to, and I think she was kind of venting at Sam. Yet, as Zak, her face properly lit up. Zak, like, she looked so happy, so genuinely happy. Ooh.
What? You're the one who said we shouldn't be seen together. What are you doing here?
I wanted to make sure we were still okay.
If we just shut up, that'll look really weird. Oh, I feel uncomfortable doing this. We're fucking about with someone else's relationship. I mean, to be fair, Sam has turned into Rain and then tried to set themselves up with Lexi, so I mean, we've already been meddling with people's emotions, but ooh. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hoped I Just Wanted to See You would come up. I feel like it's still manipulative, but it's slightly more innocent, I think. Maybe, depending on how you look at it. Oh, if we say nothing, that'll be really weird. She's asked us, why are you here? If we just, sit there like a lemon, that's really weird.
What did you do? What did you say to Sam?
Everyone's talking about Dorota.
Oh, God. Oh, we're gonna get caught by the end of this. I swear down we're gonna get caught by the end of this, and then we're gonna get a bollocking from that guy from the beginning. Yeah, oh God.
I know. But I suppose people like that attract trouble.
People like what? Is that why you killed her?
We have no proof. We have no evidence. We can't just go around accusing people of murder. I will admit I'm slightly more drawn to the top one.
People like what?
I mean, so far we haven't heard a bad word about Dorota, which in and of itself is kind of suspicious. You know, everyone has, you know, a dark side to themselves. Everyone has a messy side that isn't, you know, entirely pleasant. However, when people are killed, you know, friends, family, well-wishers, they will often overlook those unpleasant parts of a person. Everyone wants to talk about how she was accepted into Juilliard and how she helped out with some clubs that her mum was running. She, you know, helped out with the, I think, was it rainbows or brownies? Whatever. And, you know, everyone wants to talk about all of that. To be perfectly honest, the only one who's been bad-mouthing her is Violet. You know, like, oh, she was a slut because she was taking boudoir portraits, and, you know, oh, she was a lamb, you know, Violet's really been the only one who's been smarmy. Yeah, I want to know exactly what she means. Why do you have... Again, it's probably... I was going to say, why do you have such negative feelings towards Dorota? But it's probably because she was having her photos taken by Zak. That's probably it, but still, I'd like to get that clarification.
Homewreckers. Anyway, I hope you didn't just come here to talk about Dorota.
Are you happy Dorota's dead?
I kinda think she is, not gonna lie.
I didn't say that. But we both know what Dorota was like. She practically threw herself at you.
She didn't throw herself at me.
I love the laugh. I love the laugh there at the end. She didn't throw herself at me. Like, Sam's getting into character. Sam, don't go too deep. Don't fall too deeply into the Zak Weston rabbit hole. You'll never come out.
Why'd you think that?
The boudoir sessions. Some girls get the wrong idea. I saw how she was looking at you. She wanted it.
You were there.
My question would be, was she looking at Zak, or was she looking at the camera? Because, of course, she would look like she wanted it. She was trying to be sexy. You wouldn't want to take boudoir pictures and then you're like, oh, look at those sexy legs, look at that ass, look at those boobs, and then you get to her face and it's like, oh, Jesus, she's got an expression like a smacked ass. Ugh, like, no, you're gonna have a sexy facial expression. Violet, why are you like this? Why are you like this? Oh... That is the question. Did she see the photos or was she there? It could be either. She could have gone round to see Zak, you know, when he was there, you know, they're, you know, going on a, probably not a date, but like a hookup. And maybe she saw the pictures. Or maybe Violet snuck in. She does kind of strike me as the type of lady who would make a copy of the key to her boyfriend's workplace without letting him know. You know, so that she could just let herself in whenever she wanted. How she talked about it, it sounds more like she's speaking as if she was there.
No, silly. But I saw the photos.
Again, she was looking at the camera. She wasn't looking at Zak. She was looking at the camera, being sexy. Oh, God damn. God damn it, Violet. Why?
The bullets rip holes through her chest, and blood arcs ferocious with each impact, then begins to sprint at lung.
Zach, let me stop you there. You are one creepy fellow. Now, I don't know what you had going on with Dorota, but I don't want anything to do with it. Do not come back here. Please.
Blood pools behind him and in his mouth. You're mine now. Her hand into his chest, grabbing for something or letting something...
I'ma go to the room so that I can talk. I'm gonna try and make sure I'm always in someone's room when I'm getting my thoughts out, just so that you don't have to deal with, me versus the radio. 10 respect points for Rain just there. Oh! What the fuck did Zach do? No, seriously, what did he do? Rain said he was looking for reading work. I'm not gonna lie, my first thought was Zach went up to him and was like, I'd like a reading for my penis. Will I get any action tonight? And Rain's just like, why is this my life? Why is this my job? No. Oh. I so desperately want to know more about Zach and Rain's previous interaction. Ooh. Like I said, major respect to Rain there for being like, you know what, you're creepy as fuck, I don't want anything to do with you. Get the fuck out of my room. Major respect there. Major respect.
Contagion by Ashley Van Hester.
Okay, we can't speak to the chief. And we can't speak to Oscar.
It did spread like a virus. Easier, probably. A virus needs contact.
Part of me did wonder if we went to see Oscar as Zach, would there be a fight? Because we did kind of set that up a little bit, asking Oscar about pictures and all of that. He did kind of sound like he wanted to fight Zach. Okay. To be fair, if there had been a fight, I don't know what I would have done. Now then, last but by no means least.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Well, you can interview everyone. That's what you can do.
It started with one. Pushed down. She was young. Easier to infect young. They listen. It took time for her fall, but the demon knew. Sooner or later she would, and there would be a tidal wave to feast upon, and this demon was nothing if not patient.
Okay.
Ever present.
That's nice. I do like the radio.
Until the virus got her.
I like the stories.
Until he could only enjoy that girl trapped in his teeth. Prepare.
Oh, no, whoops.
Tipping point when she would finally cut her strings and fly.
Sensing the thing with Bronwyn went badly.
Why did you put me up to it?
I need all hands on deck. You're a hand. At least I thought you were.
Nothing happened.
Never mind. At least you tried.
Is there anything else I can do?
No, you've done enough. I'll keep up my end of the bargain, make those speeding tickets go away, though technically you'd have more points than a hedgehog if I kept them. And if I do catch you speeding in August again, Oscar, instant ban. Capiche?
Yes.
Oscar! God damn it. 1, don't speed. This is a tiny ass town. There are probably kids running about. Don't run over a child. Don't speed. 2, it was one thing when I thought Oscar was doing what he was doing because, he believed that Bronwyn was the killer and all he wanted was to, help put his girlfriend's murderer behind bars. Now I find out it's because he had points on his license and was, I don't want to be banned. I don't want to be banned. Oh, you want me to help put this lady in prison? Sure. Oscar. God. With Zak, I don't like him. He strikes me as creepy. With Oscar, I'm just disappointed. I'm just so disappointed in him.
Capiche?
We'll go with yes.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go.
And she was afraid as much.
Oh, and we can't fight Zak as Oscar.
She'd say, I know I love it, but I don't need it anymore. When I'm gone, Mum will take care of my cat. No one will miss me anyway. I hope that cat isn't related to the kittens in the story from before. Yes, we've been everyone. We've spoken to everyone. So let's have one last trip around as Sam. Let's try.
And then we'll be good.
Her red hair fanned out.
Okay, nothing new with Violet.
Above her, note on the pillow beside her. Hello. Pills don't hurt, right? She'd been like this that day, rationalizing to the demon parasite in her heart.
Okay, it's still that story. Oh. I want to know. I desperately want to know. Zak's trying to hide something he said to you yesterday.
I bet he is. It was that thing I told you about Dorota. I mean, I didn't know it was her then. He wanted to show me these explicit photos of her, but I refused. And that's when he told me about her being alone on Mondays. I wonder who else he told that to.
Zak, again, more points for... Actually, no, you don't get plus points for refusing to look at explicit photos. That's just the good thing to do, and you don't get plus points for, you know, the good thing to do. Still, good job. Good job for not being like a fuckhead McGee from the Infectious Madness who could freeze time and took nudes of the single mother who lived across the way from him. God, why did Zak have the photos out with him? Why? He's just leaving his house with Dorota's nudes, for want of a better word, with her boudoir pictures, showing them to people. Oh, that's Zak.
Start the contagion. It needed an audience. And they... You see, they paraded her face on posters.
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cab.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Double rain protection. No, I want to keep investigating.
The virus starts to spread.
Yep, Zak was in his studio last night.
That's what he says, but no one can back him up. He's on my radar now.
Motive?
I think you're supposed to tell me that. If he was taking photos of Dorota, maybe he fell for her? And the feeling wasn't mutual. Artists have muses, apparently. Wish I had one.
Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry, Chief. I think the Chief is looking at this in a rather old-fashioned way, though. Perhaps he fell for her. I think you mean perhaps his penis fell out of his pants, and she said, "Ooh, no thank you. And he got pissed about that. Oh, I feel like there was something I was going to say. Yeah, that's it. I really like the paint looking thing that, is the background for all of the time transitions. I really like that effect.
There, tore him apart.
Anything new? Because I did actually forget to speak to Oscar the last time the time moved forward. So yeah, I'm trying to be more aware of that.
Field of stone.
Rain says you've met?
Rain. Yes, the Tower Reader. Delightful fella, but I couldn't offer him anything. He asked if he could do readings for my customers while they waited. Can't have that really, it's retail ambush.
Did he do a reading for you? Is that all? He's gonna deny. He's gonna deny having said anything about Dorota. Although that does bear the question, how did he know that Dorota was going to be alone? Unless maybe Dorota happened to mention it during one of their sessions. However, again, whatever their relationship, I don't think it was a sexual one. I think maybe Zak wanted it to be a sexual one, but I don't think that was reciprocated by Dorota. It just... My thing would be that if it was sexual, if Dorota was, like, oh yeah, of course we can fuck, hell yeah, I'm down for that, then he wouldn't really have any reason to kill her. Unless maybe, she tried to blackmail him, maybe she got pregnant and he was like, oh shit, the spawn of Zak, we can't be having that. I just feel it's more likely that she said no to his advances and he freaked out than she said yes and he still freaked out for some reason. If we go for is that all, he's gonna say yeah. Did he do a reading for you?
He offered, but I declined. There's no such thing as fate, detective. If there was, you could stop investigating right now. If you're supposed to find a killer, you will. Why put in the effort?
No. No. I disagree with that so much. Oh, life doesn't just throw things at you. To a certain degree, I think that, things will always happen. Some things are inevitable, but some aren't. And, you can't just sit on your backside and expect everything to be handed to you. You have to work for some things. Oh, flipping heck. And on that note, on that very confusing note, I am going to bring today's episode to a close right here. In the next one, we move on to the next chapter. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.